There we go. Are we live? Legends, let me know in the comments, are we live? Wow, what a mission to go live today. I'm not sure if Andy has the exact same issue that I've experienced over here. Just error message after error message, and I'm not sure if it's on YouTube side or if it's on the streaming software side. So anyways, it looks like it is live now. Welcome to the live stream. As I was preparing the thumbnail, I didn't expect us to roll over so soon, but as you can see, as per the thumbnail, pushing the Bitcoin up the hill, right? How long is the momentum going to last? Is it going to fall down? Are we going to claim the local lows that we made on Friday? Or is there still a chance for bullish momentum to continue here to the upside? Smash up the like on your way in. If you are not subscribed, subscribe for future notifications. And let's just hope that the stream doesn't kick me off during the middle or the end. So for now, it looks like it's all good, right? Good morning, Roman. Welcome, welcome, legends. NK Alexander, welcome. 𝗬𝗍𝗿𝗍. Yes, a wizard precisely when he means to. Right. Mr. 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗿, you're always so bearish, right? 40K, 20K if Harris wins. Ghost Levi, welcome to the stream. Good morning, Devold. I had a good sniper entry at 54K. Let me see where that is. 54K. Was that a long that you took? 54K. Right? Okay. Most probably a long to the upside. I closed it because I thought it was going down and went to work that day and wasn't sure. Today entered on a quick short and got some profits. Nice. Nice little momentum. Okay. Let me share my screen over here. Legends, before we jump into the chart, just some quick this limited time only 10% cashback on Bluffin. It's almost over, right? If you want to benefit from this deal, only up until the 12th of September, the money that you deposit into your 𝗬𝗍𝗃𝗍 account on Bluffin is for new and existing users. So you don't have to sign up with a new account. For an existing users, this special, if you've signed up with a link down below in the description, is for you as well. Right, so down in the description of this video, you will see the first link under exchanges where there's that 10% cashback, no KYC for new and existing users. Only takes a couple of minutes to sign up. So far, the stream is running nicely. Let's just see if the momentum can continue, right? Because maybe the momentum doesn't continue for Bitcoin or myself over here. Let's see how this plays out. Right, I was also just having a look at CVD with this nice little momentum that we had here to the downside. And I don't see any bullish CVD just as yet. So it looks like the momentum can still continue here to the downside to at least come and claim these lows here at $54,575. Let's see. Okay. Okay, legends. Let's do a little bit of alpha over here. Mr. Andy, let's go. Yes, Andy, I also really struggled to get my live stream started over here. Just error messages. Let's see if I don't get kicked out. Okay. Cool. Legends, the one scenario that I was watching over here is a possible ABC. Ideally, I would have liked for the one-to-one extension to get hit, okay, with this ABC here to the upside. One-to-one extension, we front-run that level ever so slightly, but what was nice about this trading setup over here is that you keep on claiming the high, you get a rejection. Okay, you claim the high, you get a rejection. And I was keeping an eye on this momentum here to the upside, and I was also, if we're going to claim this high and have a fake out here to the upside and we get acceptance back below, for me, this is definitely a short attempt over here and nice momentum here currently to the downside. So a couple of ways to have traded the scenario here to the downside, and a bit concerning. Okay, not nice when a level gets front run. I would have liked to see the one-to-one at least tapped, because that's usually considered a minimum C wave target, is the one-to-one extension over here. But there's a glimmer of hope over here. Maybe because we did not tap the one-to-one extension, this could definitely be the formation of a 112, right, where you can see a third explosive wave to the upside. But it could also be a WXY, where Y doesn't have to tap the one-to-one extension. The 0.618 is, in this zone, is good enough for correction here to the downside. I just have to highlight, okay, so we will talk about both bullish and bearish case scenarios over here, right? From a Let's start with a bullish case scenario. From a bullish perspective, okay, you really, okay, from a larger, let's go here onto the 1 hour time frame. Okay. From a bullish perspective, keeping the analysis simple, you basically want to see market structure change. We have highs, lower highs, lower highs from this whole entire momentum here from the upside, as per my update this morning as well. Lower highs, lower lows, and so the momentum continues here to the downside, right? So now there's a little bit of hopium. What if, okay, what if we can potentially build a 1-2, 1-2 over here, right? You do not want to take this low. If this is a 1-2, 1-2, that's your invalidation for a double 1-2. It's not allowed to take the low over here. Okay, so if this structure remains here bullish to the upside, where we're now currently getting a rejection, and we find momentum here to the downside, maybe bounce here on the trend, 618, you know, maximum target 786, you know the drill by now, and we get upwards momentum here. What you would like to see is a higher high, right? You're starting to change market structure. That's the simplest way from a technical perspective to see that you're potentially finding proof of support. And for the patient traders out there, they will typically, if their trading strategy states that they need to wait for market structure change, this is what they will wait for. They will sit on their hands, they will wait for price to play out, make a higher high, and with the retracement where you're potentially forming the lower or the higher low, right? This is their ticket for a long year to the upside, potentially some nice bullish CVD building up and continuation to the upside. Right. So now we are where we are, and we have not made a higher high just as yet. But this is what you would like to see from a bullish continuation perspective. We need to break out of this trend successfully. We need to change market structure to confirm momentum back to the upside. Right, so from a bullish perspective, if you're a patient trader and you have not done anything inside of the structure just as yet, that is basically what you're waiting for. You're waiting for confirmation. You're waiting for price to show you strength, and that is where you place your bets. Okay, and there is that saying in trading that says patience rewards, because this could be, you know, the fall here to the downside, sorry, let me just grab my pen. The fall here to the downside, this could be a simple corrective structure to the upside, and then we continue momentum to the downside, where we're potentially going to come and claim this low once again. Also, for the bulls, what you would like to see, if I go onto the 4 hour time frame, let's just look at this entire structure over here, and you take a fib from the low to the high. Okay, ideally, what you would like to see is for us to find support in this zone, right? For the bulls, you want us, if we are making a bearish structure here to the upside and we fall down and we claim the low again, you want us to find support in this zone for any chance to still go and claim this, potentially go and claim this high over here. Okay. And the only level of support that I still see over here is a weekly naked point of control at, let me switch that on, at $51,954. Let's call it $52,000. Interestingly enough, when I switch to the logarithmic scale, I see that this 786 level over here and the weekly naked point of control has perfect confluence with each other. So for the bulls, if we get a rejection here to the downside, it's not a 1-2, 1-2. We take the low, we fall down here. You want this area to hold. This is the last line in the sand if this structure has any chance of going to higher levels. Okay. Then, obviously, from a bearish perspective, you lose this level, you start dancing around here by the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of coming to take this low, and we can go down as low as $45,000, $41,000, $42,000. And I mean, we will analyze the price when we do fall down here to see where's those high confluence level where we could potentially get a bounce back to the upside. But basically, in a nutshell, is if we lose this zone, you would like to see another swing failure from this low. Okay, I will not, as a trader, I will not do anything as price is falling. If price slows down, it finds consolidation and you get acceptance back above this level, right? That's usually where I trigger along. And you can see that from this entire structure over here, okay? You have a low, you get acceptance back above, you find higher momentum to the upside. You have a low, you swing failure, you get acceptance back above, you find higher momentum to the upside. So perhaps this time will not be so different, is that if we do fall down here, you get acceptance back above, and that's your ticket to long for momentum back to the upside. Okay. Right. Let's take the scribble here out the way. Lots of comments over here. 𝗬𝗍𝗿𝗍, do you ever have a way to copy your trades? Yes, I do. I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't paid a lot of attention to that section, and I do know that I need to give it some more love, is that you can copy my trades on Bluffin when signed up with my link. And I did actually attempt a trade on Friday or Saturday. I can't remember the day. I got stopped out. But I really want to make some profits on that account. So yeah, if you do want to copy my trades, it's on Bluffin. I need to just give that account a little bit more love. I've been focusing on so many other things, and right, but there, I will get there. Okay. What else? Mr. Goldstar, well, hey, always Mr. Hey. 𝗬𝗍𝗿𝗍, dropping back under 50K again. 55K, taking a K. That pullback from higher high can be very shallow, so be careful being too patient on that move. That pullback from the higher high. Okay, so you basically mean if I go back here onto the 1 hour, right? So I mean, let's look at the structure. There's a couple of ways, okay, this structure can play out. It's either a bearish structure here to the upside, where we are going to start falling down. And the reason there is still a good possibility to fall down from here and claim the low is because when I look at this pivot over here, and you take a fib, right, from the high to the low, you could still be forming another 1, 2, 3 to the downside. And we've just made so many double 1, 2 combos here to the downside. I mean, without going into Elliott Wave theory, you can just see the waves. You can see, there's a, why did my pen stop working? There's a 1, 2, okay, maybe 3, 4, another 1, 2, 3. But basically you have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and the momentum can just build up and build up to have a massive third explosive wave to the downside. So, I mean, ideally, that's not what we want, all right? From a spot back perspective, we want the price of Bitcoin to remain here to the upside and give us bullish structures. But, I mean, we just have to always look at both bullish and bearish case scenarios, where this could still be the formation of a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then it's building up that momentum for a massive crash to the downside, right? It just has to be said. And looking at this structure, it could definitely be the formation of another wave where you have a 1, 2, definitely a possibility. It's still in the safe zone from a rejection perspective to continue momentum here to the downside. We just never know. Right, and that is why it's so important to not just claim the 786 level, is to properly claim this high. Because once you've claimed this high, okay, you're starting to invalidate, you invalidate another 1, 2 to the downside, okay, because now you've changing market structure. It can't be a 1, 2 anymore because you've retraced, okay, up until this pivot, and potentially you start seeing market structure change back to the upside. Okay, so let's go on to the 15-minute time frame and local structure that is forming over here. Okay. So, I mean, we have to acknowledge that we've had a massive, okay, continuous grind here to the downside from, when was this? 26th of August up until now. We've just been continuously making high, lower high, lower high, lower high, grinding here to the downside. So, it would be nice, right, to see a little bit of a relief rally here to the upside, because we are at extreme fear, or fear at least, okay, and it would be nice to see a little bit of a short squeeze, because also when I look at liquidity, sorry, I just want to switch something off here. And we go on to the 1 week time frame. Wait for that to load up. We have to acknowledge, I mean, a short squeeze would be in order. There's just so much liquidity to the upside. So to say that, well, for the bears, okay, it would still make sense to go and grab all of this liquidity to the upside and then still continue momentum to the downside, okay? It feels like this is either the local low for now, or maybe one more low to have a nice little relief rally to the upside. You go and grab all of this beautiful liquidity that's just been building and building and building, okay? That short squeeze, and for momentum to perhaps, or to continue to the downside. Okay, so, I mean, where we are right now, for the bulls, we are at a critical area, right? You either want this to be the local low for now, and then you want us to claim this high. This is what you want to see. From a bullish perspective, this needs to be the low. You want to see us claim this high. If this is not the low, you want $52,000 to hold. You want this zone to hold. If you're going to lose this zone, then, okay, we're most likely going down to much lower prices. $45,000, $42,000 definitely on the cards. Okay, I have some alarms going off here. Right, so I keep on distracting myself over here. Looking at this structure, okay, so there's the potential for either a leading diagonal, okay, where you basically have a 1, 2, okay, let me take this out the way as to not create confusion. You basically are forming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and then you have an ABC to the downside, closing that CME gap potentially, which is also referred to as a leading diagonal, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You close that CME gap. Everyone shorting over here, believing that we are going to take the low. You make a higher high, a higher low, right? And you continue the momentum here to the upside. So definitely still a bullish structure that can play out. Right, and then there's the double 1-2 combo that I think Andy also mentioned during his live stream, where you have a 1-2, 1-2, and a massive third wave here to the upside. Definitely also still a possibility. For the double 1-2 combo, this low is not allowed to be taken. If this is forming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you are allowed to take the low. You just need to form a higher low. You're not allowed to take this low then. Right, where I can imagine everyone is looking at this pennant over here is to say that this is a bearish pennant. Okay, perhaps we consolidate in here, we come back for another wave here to the upside, we start falling down, everyone is shorting like crazy maniacs, we've lost the trend. Okay, I see weakness, it turns around, and then it starts that third impulsive wave to the upside, where you basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. Okay, so quite a lot that inside of this structure, okay? The question is always, we don't know what's going to play out over here, but we have levels to watch, okay? And we can make trading decisions based on those levels. Okay, so I also see here on the smaller time frames, just something here on the 12-hour time frame. I mean, we still have a lot of liquidity. Can everyone see that? Yes, we still have a lot of liquidity here at the $56,000 area. Right, and that's also in confluence with the 786, this level over here, the 786 level. And I would not be surprised, okay, maybe we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You grab all of that beautiful liquidity, okay, then you have that ABC correction to the downside. You don't have to take this low. It just needs to be a nice little ABC correction to the downside. You can even go and retest this trend over here for continuation. Okay, so I don't know if we are just going to shoot up from here. I mean, I never want to say anything is impossible, because nothing is guaranteed in the crypto market, but it just seems like this is, you know, I can clearly count 5 waves here. 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5. Maybe this is an ABC flat here to the downside. I would like it to at least come and claim these lows over here. We never know, right? But we are getting some bumpy action here to the upside. Let's go and look at CVD. Maybe CVD is giving us a clue. Just no bearish CVD here at the moment. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, but, right, to be prepared for every scenario, what you would like to see is that if this is going to be a breakout here to the upside, you want to see us break this trend. You want to see a proper breakout, okay? You want to see a retest for continuation to the upside. Okay, that's specifically what I will be looking for, not an SFP like we've had with a couple of highs here to the upside. You can see when I zoom into the structure, it's struggling, you know, and that's why I'm saying maybe Bitcoin is losing steam here to the upside. You make a high, you SFP, you fall down. You make another high, you SFP, you fall down. You make another high, you SFP, you fall down. If price is just going to reverse here out of nowhere, surprising everyone, you want to see a proper breakout and you want to see us hold above this trend. Then I'm going to say, okay, you've grabbed all of that beautiful liquidity, but perhaps the momentum is going to continue here to the upside. But we need to hold, okay, the level above and not get acceptance back inside the trend over here, because it could definitely be a fake out. Okay, you maybe just tap the 786 over here and you fall down, you get acceptance back below. That's where I'll short, and you come and you claim lower levels. Right, let's go through some comments over here. Well, you can now see exactly where we got this mini rejection here at the moment. Just tap the trend here to perfection, okay? And now we're getting a little bit of a pullback, right? It's just there's no bearish CVD to support, okay? But sometimes you just need to trade price action, okay? It's just no bearish CVD at the moment. Yeah, I mean, that one is invalidated. Okay. Hey, Devil, DeFi John, welcome, welcome. Mr. DeFi John, yes, I haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome to the stream, man. I think we are going to 42, 45K. Thoughts? 42, 45? Yes, I mean, I don't think it's just going to happen, you know, now, right? I don't think it's likely to just do this, right? Everything moves in waves, but I mean, it's definitely a possibility. Okay, when you look at this entire structure here on the 4-hour time frame, let's just clean up the mess over here. And now we're talking about daily levels. Definitely a possibility for us to once again come and claim this low. Definitely a possibility. Next bouncing area is now I need to zoom into the daily time frame, and I've done actually quite a comprehensive, okay, Elliott Wave count here on the daily time frame during Saturday's stream. So if you have not seen Saturday's stream, go and check it out, right? Just to show everyone, let's zoom in here, go back. It's this stream over here, attention, okay, the bull and the bear, right? I've gone through many Elliott Wave scenarios on the daily time frame, and also looking at the local structures to go and determine where are those possible bouncing areas if we're going to go find momentum to the downside, or if we just continue bullish momentum from where we are right now. Okay, so definitely a possibility for that 45K area to be hit right over here. Okay. Just want to see something over here. Just quickly, just take some of the scribble here out the way. Bullish, right? Okay. So looking at Bitcoin on the logarithmic scale, okay, we have hit the 0.382. So if we are still speculating on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here, we can still go and hit even 42K, right? And you can see this trend from a simplicity perspective without going too technical. We have not come back home yet. This is what I refer to as the home line. So perfectly normal. If we lose the structure here to come and bounce here on the trend, you bounce here, find support here by the 50% fib level, and then you can continue the momentum here back to the upside. It has to be said, okay, legends, it has to be said when you look at a trend like this, okay, when you look at this trend here like this, and I'm sure I actually do have a parallel channel. Let me see if I do have that here. Yes. Okay, when I look at this parallel channel, and let me switch off the Elliott Wave scenarios. It has to be said what happens very commonly, okay, on impulses to the upside is that very often when you have a 1, 2, Three usually overshoots the parallel channel. Usually it overshoots the parallel channel. Once it's overshot, then you know, okay, this is part of a fourth corrective wave. And then, yes, you guessed it. The fourth wave sometimes, okay, not always, but it has a tendency to break the trend. It undershoots, okay, it gets acceptance back outside, and then it gets acceptance back above. So very common in an impulse when you draw a parallel channel for the third wave to go outside and for the fourth wave to get a deviation below before it finds acceptance back above. So that $45,000, even $41,000, $42,000 level, definitely a possibility. Okay, so let me go here back onto the 1 hour time frame, take that parallel channel out the way, and let's analyze here the local price action. Okay, still struggling. You can see exactly where we got rejected here at the moment. Still struggling. There was no bearish CVD, but that's why I always say sometimes you just need to trade the price action, okay? Because if this is the end of the impulse where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this could be an ABC flat to the downside, right? And there's two ways that you could potentially trade this long is that you want acceptance back above this low, okay, or this low over here. Right, so you either get acceptance back above swing failure pattern, or you go down a little bit lower, you tap the trend, looks like a little bit of a fake out, you get acceptance back above, back above this low. You know, two trading scenarios, possible levels that I will be watching over there for potential long to go and attempt and break out again. Okay, but then we have to be careful. It could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, okay, leading diagonal, right? But it could also be a 1, 2, 1, 2, not allowed to take the low, and a nice explosive third wave here to the upside. Right. Cool. Let me go through some comments over here. Daily trend hasn't been touched. Yes, I think that's the trend that I just referred to, Mr. Ghost. I don't know. DXY is just normal, nothing strange, heavy right now. Okay. You just have that take more bullish than ever. I make sure spots are in. Devilled and Andy, also crypto channels that keep it real. Great TA Devilled, agree. Thank you so much, John. Yes, I mean, we here on this channel, we only focus on technicals. Okay, we're not biased to towards one direction because we want the price to go up or we want the price to go down, right? It's all the analysis is purely based on technicals over here. Okay, so legends. That is basically what I see here on the price of Bitcoin at the moment. I also want to quickly talk about Ethereum. I'd love a double 1-2. Then the top gets that lovely double 4-5. Yes, you're quite correct, Mr. MK. For those of you that don't know, usually, okay, not usually, in Elliott Wave theory, right, like what happened over here, perfect example, like what happened with this structure over here, is that when you have an impulse to the upside, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, it usually ends the way it started. Okay, in double 1-2 combos, you even get triple 1-2 combos, and even more than that, right? But let's just focus on the basics over here. Is that you could definitely, if this is a double 1-2 starting over here, where you have a 1-2, 1-2, and let's say we get that explosive third wave here to the upside, you can expect a 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, it has to end the way that it started. I can go into more technicals to explain why it works like that, but for now, you know, just keeping it simple, that's basically how it works. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and then you have a larger correction to the downside. And I can just imagine this scenario, right? I really like this scenario because of the massive liquidity I see here at the moment, especially when you look at the 1 week time frame. We just have so much liquidity to the upside. It just seems that a short squeeze is in order right now. Okay, there's not much to the downside. Let's zoom out a little bit more. and see. Well, you know, when you look at the 1 month time frame, we still have a lot of liquidity to the downside. Okay, I just don't like to look at larger time frames. Usually from my intraday perspective, when I trade the setups to the upside and to the downside from a day trading perspective, I look at the 12-hour and the 24-hour, because there you can see where's the liquidity. And usually when you grab liquidity, okay, you can see we grabbed a little bit of liquidity over here, you get a reaction. Okay, I'm always very interested in those reactions. I know if price had to come up here and it grabs this liquidity, we're most probably, more than likely, going to get a little bit of a reaction. Okay. Right. Legends. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at ETH over here. So something that I'm watching here on the price of Ethereum is we have lost the channel. Okay, so just quickly want to talk about it over here. For those of you that are interested in Ethereum, you can see how beautifully this channel has been respected. Okay, bottom of the channel, top of the channel, and now we have lost it. We lost it over here. But for ETH, okay, for the bulls to still have a chance for momentum here to the upside, you really want us to form a higher low over here and get acceptance back inside this channel. At the moment, it is a bit dangerous here for the price of ETH. You can see that we are trading outside of the channel. This could definitely be you break out, you retest the scene of the crime, and you continue momentum to the downside, where the next biggest area of support is at $1,700 to $1,600. Okay, so for bullish momentum to continue on ETH, looking at ETH here on the 12-hour daily time frame, you want ETH to get acceptance back inside the channel and keep the higher low over here, not lose it. Because, I mean, if you're going to lose this low, you're most likely coming back up for a lower high and continuation to the downside. So just quickly, something that I wanted to point out here on the price of ETH. Okay, what else? Let's go through some comments over here. Thank you, 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽. At the moment, I think we not going under 50K. Right. Yes, I mean, definitely a possibility to not come and take this 50K. Okay, I see what you mean, right? The local lows over here. Local lows at $49,000, right? It just feels like we need a little bit of a relief pump, a short squeeze. If momentum is going to continue to the downside, ideally, I think what market makers would like to do is let's go and stop out all the early shorts and then fall down, right? Let's create that short squeeze, stop everyone out so that they don't benefit from the move down, and then we fall down. Okay. Taking a step back and carry trade. The price action of this wave of the daily, it's similar with the drop of the S&P 500. Yes. Okay. Cool. Legends. That is basically what I wanted to discuss here on the price of Bitcoin. Like I said, I don't want us to take this low at $50,000 or $52,000. That to me will be a maximum target. Also for a WXY, I quickly want to speak about this corrective structure over here, not this one. Okay, wait. I'm just going to do it manually here for now, right? If we are looking at a WXY to the upside, you really want, okay, it's still corrective to the upside. It's not impulsive. It means we're just going to range for a little bit longer. But from an X perspective, okay, the 786 is what I consider a maximum target. Okay, it's really that you find the X go into the 0.88 area, but this is still fine for X wave here to the upside. And then when you take a fib extension from the low to the high to the low over here, okay, the current low that we have, common Y wave targets is the 0.618 at $62,000 and the 1-to-1 extension at $68,000. So definitely still a chance when you look at the larger structure over here. Okay, when you look at the larger structure, for the bears out there, there's still a chance where you are making a WXY, right? Making everyone euphoric. Bull market is back. We're going back to $100,000, and then falls to the downside, right? Definitely a possibility that this could still be part of a corrective structure, a larger corrective structure where there's a WXY. Okay, Y doesn't have to hit the one-to-one extension. It can also reject here by the 0.618, where you are still forming lower high, lower high, lower high, and you continue the momentum to the downside, where I want us to come back home to this trend line that I've just shown everyone on the daily time frame. Okay, so I mean, this can still be that short squeeze, right? If this WXY scenario had to play out over here, this could still be part of that short squeeze, making everyone extremely bullish here to the upside. I must say, this Y, that actually looks so nice if the Y can end here by the 0.618, because then what you would see is, you know, you're respecting this little bull flag, you know, if you want to call it a bull flag, right? You're forming the formation of a little flag over here, where you basically have a little bit of a fake out. You're by the 0.618 and you come back down, right? And let's see how this plays out, okay? Because we could definitely, without taking this low, right? Without taking this low, price can still stuff around inside of here before it has either the true move to the upside or to the downside, without claiming the low and without claiming the high, right? Price can still dance around inside of this zone, not claiming any of these two pivots. And that is as traded the price action in front of us. We have our daily levels. We have our naked point of controls. We look for those trading setups. Okay. Right. I mean, this was a beautiful long year to the upside. If you take a fib from the low to the high that we've made over there, you can see 50% fib level got hit to perfection over here. Right. Also, it looks like a nice little impulse to the upside, three-wave corrective structure. Also, when you take a fib extension from the low to the high, wait, from the high to the low to the high, one-to-one extension got hit to perfection, right? Let me just drag it so everyone can see it. The one-to-one extension got hit to perfection, which is a common corrective structure. You have an impulse, you hit the one-to-one extension together with a 50% fib level, and you got a nice momentum here to the upside. Absolutely stunning. This was such a beautiful longing zone over here. I think this happened yesterday, Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Sunday. 6:15 Central European time. Okay. Right, let me go through some more comment sections. Let me know if you guys have any questions, if there's perhaps an altcoin that you would like me to have a look at as well. WXY Elliott Wave can be done on any time frame, but it is better to do it on higher time frames. Just taking notes. Yes, I mean, Elliott Wave play out on 1 minute, weekly, monthly time frames. Okay. And from a day trading perspective, I like to focus on the 15-minute to the 1 hour time frame. That is where I do my day trading, you know, to place that high probable day trades where you get in and out during the same day. So that is where I like to use Elliott Wave theory inside of the local structures to give me the levels that I need to keep an eye on. Okay, so I still have my daily levels, my weekly levels, my Fibonacci's. I check all my levels. And if I have Elliott Wave scenarios that align with those levels, it just becomes another layer of confluence that I add from a trading strategy perspective. Right, I want to have a look at CVD at the moment. Okay, we do have some bullish CVD between those two pivots, and the target is claiming the high over here. Let's see if that plays out. All right, but I mean, ideally, if this is the high for now, what I would have liked to see is for price action to move up here, okay, and form those bearish CVDs, which I don't see at the moment. Okay, I just don't see it at the moment. I just want to take these levels here out the way, measure something here quick. If I take a fib from the low to the high, I mean, we did retrace to the 382, also 382. Okay, so I mean, you just never know with the market, okay? You would like price to come down a little bit lower for that 1212 or even a 12345. Okay, you would like ideally price to come down a little bit lower, at least tap the trend over here. But I mean, we just need to be prepared for all scenarios. Is that if we do get a breakout here to the upside, I want to see us claim this high and stay above trend. Okay, I'm not too concerned about this trend. I want to see us break this trend, because you could have another high like we've done over here, another high, you fall back inside, okay, SFP, and you go back down again. Right, legends. Hi, 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽 Elizabeth, welcome. Okay, thank you, pleasure. Right, legends, that is unfortunately all I have time for today. Thank you so much for joining. I know it's a little bit of a shorter stream. Maybe we'll do a longer stream, the next one. Have yourselves a fantastic day. I've gone through all the scenarios that I'm currently watching here on the price of Bitcoin. And if you'd like to join our free Discord community, first link down in the description, and make sure that you don't miss out on this 10% cashback deal only up until the 12th of September. Have yourselves an awesome evening, and until the next one, cheers for now.